AI Job Apocalypse, Virtual Reality Architect. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11-time published author, and this is AI Job Apocalypse, What Gets Replaced, What Gets Reborn, the essential survival series for anyone ready to pivot careers in a world devoured by automation. Today, we're diving into a role that's no longer science fiction. It's urban planning for a dimension most people haven't even stepped into yet. This is the rise of the virtual reality architect. We're not just building homes, bridges, and cities anymore. We're building entire universes inside immersive environments, augmented reality streets, metaverse neighborhoods, and spatially responsive holographic interfaces. If you've ever felt boxed in by the limits of physics, this role lets you throw away the blueprint of the physical world and build something entirely new. What is a virtual reality architect? A virtual reality architect is a designer, systems thinker, and immersive technologist who builds environments inside digital dimensions. Think simulated cities in the metaverse, augmented overlays on real-world architecture, or fully interactive holographic control centers. These aren't fantasy games or cartoon interfaces. These are functional environments used for corporate headquarters, urban planning visualization, mental health therapy, disaster training, tourism, education, and even governance inside digital worlds. In simple terms, instead of designing buildings on Earth, you're designing civilizations in cyberspace. This isn't traditional architecture. It's experiential design for non-physical, yet fully inhabited realms. You're not only laying out digital streets and buildings, you're coding how users interact with them. You're choreographing sensory experience. You're shaping how people will work, learn, shop, heal, vote, or meditate in virtual space. Why this job exists now. In the past, architecture was defined by concrete, steel, and land. Today, it's increasingly defined by pixels, bandwidth, and spatial code. Metaverse platforms like Meta Horizons, Spatial.io, and Roblox are building persistent virtual worlds where millions gather daily, not to play, but to meet, trade, collaborate, and build. Corporate giants are commissioning branded digital campuses, meeting pods, training halls, and onboarding experiences to exist purely inside VR. Governments and urban planners are prototyping entire smart cities inside mixed reality environments before breaking ground in the real world. Augmented reality overlays are being integrated into architecture, real estate, and tourism, creating a dual-layer world where physical and digital spaces blend. Holographic design tools are now being used to build real-time user interfaces, home environments, and virtual staging using spatial technology. The world is no longer confined to one plane, and every virtual realm needs architects. This job exists because the demand for immersive environments has outpaced the talent who can build them. Core responsibilities. Virtual reality architects take the principles of spatial design and amplify them with technology. Your job includes designing immersive 3D environments, from realistic digital cities to abstract moodscapes for meditation, education, or experimentation. World building with function. You're not just designing for aesthetic. You're creating zones for commerce, classrooms, spiritual retreats, or public gathering spaces that feel emotionally and logically navigable. Coding interaction layers. Deciding what a user can touch, change, walk through, teleport to, or manipulate in space. Augmented layer planning. Overlaying information, navigation tools, safety protocols, or environmental simulations onto real-world infrastructure using AR glasses, holograms, or implants. Collaborating with developers, AI modelers, and UX specialists to integrate assets, simulate physics, and test movement flow. Designing for multisensory feedback, building with sound, gesture, eye tracking, and voice command responsiveness in mind. User journey simulation, testing how a user feels emotionally as they walk through your city or interface. This is empathy-based design for digital realms. Where these architects are already working. Meta, Apple, and Google are hiring VR designers to build environments for their next-gen glasses and headsets. Architectural and urban design firms are modeling smart cities inside VR before laying a single brick in the real world. Luxury real estate brands are staging homes inside augmented layers, letting potential buyers tour, rearrange, and personalize homes virtually before purchasing. Therapists and trauma specialists are using calming, interactive virtual environments to guide patients through healing simulations. Brands and influencers are building virtual stores, digital malls, and immersive community hangouts for fans and customers. Governments and military planners are running emergency drills, cyber defense maps, and crisis simulations inside VR to prepare for real-life scenarios. The worlds you build won't just entertain. They'll train, sell, teach, protect, and evolve people. That's the difference between a VR gamer and a VR architect. Who this job is for this role is ideal for designers who think in 3D visionaries who love building future worlds from scratch. Architects tired of building boxes and ready to design for behavior, energy, and experience. Storytellers who want to script a universe, not just a building technologists who understand physics, but aren't bound by it. Creatives who want to code feelings into space. If you've ever dreamed of designing not just rooms, but entire realities, this is your role. Required skill sets. 3D modeling tools. Blender, Unity, Unreal Engine, Gravity Sketch, Rhino, etc. Spatial UX.UI design, designing interfaces that work without keyboards or screens, just movement, gesture, voice, and gaze. Immersive software, working knowledge of VR platforms, Meta Horizon, Spatial, WebXR, etc. AR+. Holographic design, using tools like Adobe Aero, Microsoft Mesh, or HoloLens SDKs to create overlays on the physical world. Coding, optional but powerful. Python, JavaScript, or CIs for building logic into environments. Architectural insight. Even in VR, flow matters. How light behaves, how humans perceive distance, how safety is simulated. Cinematic sensibility. Every environment is a stage. Every user is a moving camera. Your job is to design stories in motion. Income potential. The virtual reality architect role is early but lucrative, especially as big tech and real estate enter the arena. Entry-level VR designers, $80K, $120K a year, typically in gaming, virtual staging, or brand-based environments. Mid-level VR architects, $120K, $180K a year, often with cross-functional roles across retail, real estate, or tech. Lead metaverse world builders, $180K, $300K plus, especially if working with enterprise clients, luxury brands, or sovereign metaverse platforms. Independent designers, charging $10K, $50K per custom immersive environment depending on complexity and interactivity. Some offer white-label world templates that sell repeatedly. Augmented reality planners, working with cities, real estate, or tourism boards to overlay entire physical zones with digital infrastructure, often begins at 6 figures. This job is scalable. The more complex your designs and the more behavioral science you layer into your worlds, the higher your value. Industry outlook. The immersive environment economy is exploding. By 2030, VR and AR combined are projected to surpass $1.5 trillion globally. Urban planners and real estate developers are increasingly building digital twins of cities in VR to model climate, traffic, zoning, and safety. Before laying a brick, retail, education, and therapy sectors are all moving toward experiential environments, replacing websites and apps with walkable, feelable, interactive spaces. As Apple's Vision Pro, Meta's glasses, and open-source metaverses become more accessible, every company will need immersive spaces. And every immersive space will need a world-class architect. If you can create spaces people want to live, work, and feel inside, you're not just designing buildings. You're designing reality itself. The real world has borders. The virtual one doesn't. And as physical jobs dissolve and digital cities rise, the architects of the future won't need land. They'll need vision, tools, and emotional intelligence. The virtual reality architect is no longer a concept. It's a career. A legacy-building, future-controlling, economy-shaping career. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future, Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems, the behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive mind, synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you, medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief tech, AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.